If you had somebody being like, I will buy your team for however much millions, what's Gene got left to hang on for? I know Williams' story likes to fabricate things, and I know he likes to make things up for attention, but I genuinely think that what he's saying is true. Hello everyone, it's Keira and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about Haas, okay? Haas have been on a downfall for the past couple of years. They only joined the sport in 2016, but the amount of press, the amount of bad news, the amount of bad track action they have had over such a short period of time is quite remarkable. And it's not stopping anytime soon. We've got even more drama right now and we have got massive news going into 2022. This video is going to be all about who I believe is going to be buying Gene Haas out of the team for 2022. Before I get into the video, if you do enjoy it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. But I think we should just talk about Haas a little bit and what the hell is going on. So the first thing we can really think about is why are Haas in such a difficult position? You know, we came in from Gene Haas being such a successful businessman and such a successful racing man within America in NASCAR. He has such a successful Haas team in NASCAR, but like, why has it just gone so wrong in F1? You know, they started in 2016, they had a really good campaign going up until 2018, and then it kind of went downhill from there. You know, they were fighting with Renault to be best of the rest, and then it got to 2019 and it was just went wrong so quickly. They just went lower and lower and lower. They were fighting with the Williams. They scored like 3 points in 2020, and so far in 2021 they have scored no points and it looks set to stay the same. Why is the team just falling apart so quickly? Why did the car just fall off? And why did the teammates, you know, start acting up? And that kind of moves on to the next point, which is the teammates in Kevin Magnussen and Romain Grosjean. That pair were with Haas for quite a long while. You know, they were very loyal to them. However, you know, the instance we saw Romain Grosjean in and also Kevin and Romain together were just way too many. And I think this was also something that was really affecting the team. A lot of the budget was actually going into a lot of the spare parts that they had to keep replacing on these cars because they were constantly having crashes. The team, we know, didn't have enough, like they've never had the budget of Ferrari. They've never had the budget of Mercedes. But, you know, the more that they were spending on a new front wing, you know, a new rear wing, it took its toll. Now in 2021, they actually decided to make a brand new lineup of 2 rookies, one being a pay driver and one being Mick Schumacher, which also comes with quite a good deal of money. And you know, we've seen the team struggle for so long, and as much as they were desperate for money, you could have looked at this situation and think you would have done so much better with, yeah, if you needed the pay driver, get the pay driver, but you also could have done with an experienced driver alongside you. And actually I heard that Gunther did want the lineup of Mick Schumacher and Kevin Magnussen, but as you realise that the money situation, they really need the money, and when you've got Mazepin knocking at your door with 30 million, I'm pretty sure you're going to take it. But yeah, I believe Gunther actually wanted a Kevin Magnussen, Mick Schumacher lineup. He really pushed for Mick Schumacher. It was around like October, November last year. Callum Ilott was pretty much set on this Haas seat. You know, he was going to do the German Eiffel GP FP1 with them. It was pretty set from Ferrari side anyway that Callum was going to go into that Haas. However, we actually saw on DTS that it was Gunther Steiner that really pushed for Mick Schumacher because he knew that he could get a lot more money out of him. I think he said 3 to 5 million in sponsorships compared to Callum, which just wouldn't get as much. So it was Gunther that pushed for it. So again, you know, he's looking for money, and you know, I think Mick is an amazing driver and I think Mick should be there, but like in that role and as being that team principal, you shouldn't just be searching for money. You know, you need more than just money to make a team go forward. So I just think that's kind of the first thing that really made Haas kind of fall off, was they've just had issues with driver lineups so badly. And we've seen that Nikita Mazepin so far this year, you know, he is a paid driver and they've got him because he's got loads of money, but the amount of mistakes he's made this year, I have physically never ever seen in my life. Okay, I've never seen anybody drive like that. I've never seen somebody so erratic on the racetrack like that. And even in F2, he was never like this. I get that machinery is a big step up, but I think that's one of the reasons why we realise he's not quite ready for Formula 1 yet, because his driving is very scary. But next, I think we should move on to the Rich Energy saga. This was another downfall of Haas's, and this was in 2019. You know, they made this title partnership with Rich Energy. Rich Energy were going to put a lot of money into the team, and it's meant to be a good thing for Haas. You know, they've always been struggling for money. Gene has put a lot of his own money into the team. So to actually see they had a title partnership was very good, until you realise that Rich Energy tried to buy out Williams and also Force India when they went into administration, and both times it failed. Firstly was because Williams kind of realised, no, you're dodgy, and secondly because Lawrence Stroll obviously took over the Force India camp. But even back then, they were known as being a dodgy company. They were known for being a company that you shouldn't trust. It was just known. It was a known thing. And obviously, if you're going for somebody that has such a sponsorship and such a stake in your team that they are a title sponsor, I think you should really know and you should really research and realise that maybe this company doesn't have the money that it says it does. You can search up anyone's books online, okay? You can ask them to provide you with their books. You will see that company didn't have they didn't have nothing. They've never had the money that they said they would give Haas. And it's so scary to think there are people so high up within Haas that just didn't realise this. You know, by halfway through the season, the partnership had ended. Rich Energy were making physical, you know, memes on their social media about this. And it's just so crazy that, like, Haas just, like, it was like they were so desperate for money, they literally didn't realise that this company was literally a scam. So yeah, the Rich Energy saga was just mental. But one thing that William's story has came out recently said, which is probably a massive thing within this, is that he was originally going to try to go in with the Rich Energy Formula 1 team in 2022. However, a good friend of his has made a deal with him for them to be a title sponsor for a team in 2022.
A friend of mine has agreed a deal to buy a team. And
this is current
team.
Yeah.
Sorry, current team on the grid. We looked at doing a deal for 2022 with the Rich Energy F1 team because we're sort of right back on a very steep upward trajectory.
Yeah.
But it seemed easy that we could do a title sponsorship deal with my friend.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. So we'll be a title sponsor in 2022.
And that leads us on to the next bit. Okay, it was a big thing that he said. And, you know, looking down the field, who's going to be friends with William's story? Dmitry Mazepin is going to be. Okay, now we've seen that Haas are now sponsored by URALKALI, I think that's how you say it, URALKALI, and that is Dmitry Mazepin's company, who he has a 20% stake within the company. And this is where I believe that Gene Haas is going to give up his team for Dmitry Mazepin. We've seen Lawrence Stroll come in. Firstly, he helps out Williams. Then he moves over to Force India and Racing Point and takes over that and turns it into Aston Martin. And Dmitry Mazepin has 3 times more money than Lawrence Stroll. So if Lawrence is going to do it, Dmitry's going to do it. So yeah, as I said, this is moving on to the next bit. And this is why I believe that in 2022, we are going to have the URALKALI Rich Energy Formula 1 team. Again, apologies if I'm saying that wrong. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, that is the company that I think is going to take over Haas. Why would Gene put any more money into this when you've got Mazepin knocking at the door? Firstly, his son's already in the seat. If you had somebody being like, I will buy your team for however much millions, what's Gene got left to hang on for? They're running so far behind every weekend. They're spinning every weekend. The name on the Haas brand right now is not the name it should be on the Haas brand. It's awful. So anyway, URALKALI, if that's how you say it, is a Russian potash fertilizer producer and exporter company, and this is what Dmitry Mazepin acquired his 20% stake in 2013. Then in 2014, he quickly became the deputy chairman on the board. So he's been doing a lot of stuff with that company, and that is, I think, probably the main one he works with /for. And then in 2017, you've probably heard of this name as well. I believe that they are somewhere around Formula 1. I don't know if he's bringing this one in as well. He probably will next year. In 2007, he became the chairman of the board of directors at Uralchem. Okay, so this is another company that he's got within Russia. I have definitely seen them before, and I can't think where they are because I don't think they're on the Haas car, but it's somewhere, and it is Dmitry Mazepin. Also, if you don't know who Dmitry is, I don't know if I even said it, Dmitry is Nikita Mazepin's father. As I've said, his net worth is billions. He can easily take this team over. You know, I don't see what else is going to happen, you know, especially as I know William's story likes to fabricate things, and I know he likes to make things up for attention, but I genuinely think that what he's saying is true, and I definitely think that a friend has said to him, you know, you can come in with us for 2022, be a title sponsor, and the only person that pinpoints is Dmitry Mazepin. But Haas have just been on this downward spiral for ages. And, you know, Gene Haas's name is being tarnished. It's just turned into a mess. I really don't see what else he's got to hang on for. Some people say he might stay for the 2022 regs, but I'm really not sure. I feel like if he wants to sell it, I think he will just sell it at the end of this year. You know, Mazepin's came in and changed it this year as it is. Don't feel like it's going to stay any longer. I really think this is going to be the end of Gene Haas. But yeah, to conclude this, I think it is a shame because we know that Formula 1 wants to go into the American market so much, and to have this USA-based team was going to be so good. And, you know, we're moving to Miami next year for 2022. We're going to have such a good race there. So it's such a shame for the US team to leave the sport because I think, you know, as most people are, as Brits are, but Americans are very patriotic. And when they see, you know, a team from their country in a sport, they want to cheer them on and they want to do well. But when we see, you know, the team failing so hard and then leaving the sport and staying in NASCAR, that does not help Formula 1 whatsoever. But yeah, it's just a scary thought to see that money can do so much with this. And I'm pretty sure that Nikita will be in Formula 1 for, you know, as long as he really feels like he can because, again, of money. And, you know, I think the only way he's going to get out is if the powers of kicking somebody out, or if he gets too many penalty points or something like that. I think we're going to be seeing the name Mazepin in this sport for a very, very long time. So there we have it. That is it for today's video, and that is my video kind of summarising what's really happening with Haas right now. And this is a firm truth as what I believe. Even if it doesn't happen next year, definitely 2023, I believe we're going to have a URALKAli Rich Energy Formula 1 team. And it's going to displace Haas, and it's such a shame. As I've said, I'm going to miss Gene Haas. He's done some good stuff in the Formula 1, but obviously not enough. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Let me know what you think is going to go on. Let me know if you think this is going to happen. Let me know if you think this is definitely never going to happen. Let me know who you think are going to be the drivers. Are they going to keep it? Obviously, I think Mick is going to move to Ferrari in the next couple of years. Who else is going to want to go in that URALKAli car? Okay, who is going to want to go in there? We'll have to see. Maybe Dmitry will get in. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye!